All right, family. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sara Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, family. We're excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sara Seti YouTube page. Y'all already know what it is. A dynamic page, of course. And so, we got a lot of perks that we want to give the family. Of course, is wisdom, gems and jewels. And so, what you do is you go to the video description, you click the join, you join a link. It'll take you to a video preview where you get an opportunity to get the rundown on the perks of being a member of Sara Seti's YouTube page. If you like any of the membership, then join. If not, we still appreciate your presence over here at the Sara Seti YouTube page. Continue to come and engage. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com online marketplace. Let me get my flyers up in here now. Get them on up in here. Here we go. Here we go. Let me get it up here. That's right. Bingo. That's right. Ring it. Ring the alarm. That's right. kingseti.com online marketplace. Official General Sara Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Egyptian jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. And we got some dynamic t-shirts, tank tops for the summer, kings and queens alike. Get on over there to kingseti.com. Check it out. I know you're going to want to be down. You see, I know you want to stay fresh, and we want to help you. When you get to kingseti.com, you go to the top of the page, go to new items, check everything out. Don't you leave nothing off the table. Check everything out. But when you want to see the new t-shirts, tank tops, you go to the top of kingseti.com, click the new items tab, and boom, you see all of the amazing new t-shirts we got for the family. Keep you fresh to death. Like I said, we also got African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. That's right. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, Seti University, over 1,000 video presentations on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building, mental warfare, advanced African academics, developing the Black nation one lesson at a time. The complete General Sara Seti website. Get your behind in class today. Highlighting Band of Cult, New World, Illuminati video library and catalog, Rise of the Neanderthals, a video library and catalog, the Holy Black Mother Civilization video library and catalog, and so many other great subjects that and love the general for. When Egypt ruled the earth, God deception, from Naga to nigga, African origins of the Hindu Kush, old Mecca voyages of the Nile, holiday Holocaust, and so many more. You see, and so you'll be binging on Black Power. This is the Black Power Netflix. Get on over there today. Get your behind in class. Quit skipping. That's right. Patreon, y'all already know. General Seti popping on Patreon. BPC making noise. We never come. Exclusive live stream. Too hot to handle on YouTube or any other tube. Or it's so exquisite that we keep it for our family on Patreon. That's right. We got Champellion and the false teachings of the Medu Netta. Is there a secret chamber under the Sphinx that leads to an ancient library? Was there once giants living in ancient Egypt? Ancient records reveal shocking testimony 1 and 2. And so both of them are all powerful. So get over there today. And because we got over 175 exclusive live streams on my Patreon anyway. So you gain access to tons and tons of exclusive material. You feel me, family? And so make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sara Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will most definitely ban your ass. You will be up out of here. Family, let me get some water right quick before we get started. Oh, let me get back. I say I'm black. I'm black. Yes, sir. We getting down, starting today. We're gonna be putting up a powerhouse display today, dropping down nothing but uh, high power videos. We starting off Chinese warship nearly his U.S. destroyer in Taiwan Strait. Got to talk about it before you wake up and a goddamn IBM nuclear missile be in your damn backyard. You see what I'm saying? Because it's obvious that ain't no limit to where they willing to go with this. You see, ain't no limit to where they willing to go with this. And so we see every day that they're escalating and they taking it a step further. You see, and so and so we saw that. If you didn't, you can look it up in the video where the Chinese warship, damn near rammed it. You see, damn near rammed it. And so, the question becomes, what would have happened? Because just right there, you feel me? What would have happened if that Chinese warship would have rammed that U.S. destroyer? You see, that would have got ugly. You understand what I'm saying? That right there could have been, what would start World War III. It's shit like that, that easily, because the tensions is already hot. You see, the tensions is already hot. And so it's not gonna take much more. I mean, it's not gonna take much more. They steady, United States is steady engage in Taiwan, and China has already told them, in certain levels. You see, sending military armaments. You see, sending military armaments to Taiwan. You see, and so so where's the line at? There is no line, because you got two heavyweights that's willing, and somebody wants to be acknowledged as the big dog. You see, everybody wants to be on top. That's what it boils down to. And so when I saw that, and then they showed not too a couple of days ago where Chinese a warplane, one of their fighters, was tailing, a reconnaissance plane. Now you expecting them, if you over there with a reconnaissance plane over these people's land in their area, you spying, so they're gonna engage you. You see, they're gonna engage you. So and so United States is bold. They bold because the shit that they do, they know goddamn well they ain't gonna let nobody else do to them. You see, they know damn well they not gonna let nobody else. And they, it'll be a real serious provocation. To be able to, they just shot the damn balloon down. So imagine having a reconnaissance plane from Russia or China to come and fly up the eastern seaboard or anywhere like that. That's not gonna happen. They wouldn't allow that to happen. It'll be like I say, it'll be a serious provocation. But what we looking at every day, every day. Is, and what we have to understand that this is the art of strategy. You see, you can, these is opportunities for you to look and strategize and see how people respond being in particular situations. You see, because this shit happened in the streets, being in these type of predicaments. You see, and how easily things can escalate, on a certain level. You see this, so you look at international, international news, and for strategy, you got to see what's going on. Our people cannot be so local, and or stuck in a box where they don't see, because this shit affects everybody. You know what I'm saying? It does affect everybody. A lot of people don't understand that what's going on over in Ukraine right now is affecting what's going on right here, with the economy. You see what I'm saying? Or what, and taxing you. You say it don't matter, but goddamn it, your tax dollars is going over there. You see, and you wonder why. But it ain't going into your community. It ain't going into the places where you needed to go. You see, and so it's that type of disconnection where you think it don't affect you, and it most definitely do. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm thinking to myself, I say, damn, they that bold, but they over there in the man's front door. You see, they over there in the man's front door, flexing. You see, they in the Taiwan Strait. You see, they in the Taiwan Strait. Wait a minute. Matter of fact, let me see if I can yeah, let me get that up there. Yeah, so they right there, you talking about Taiwan, matter of fact, this is even low. Well, it's still right there. You see Taiwan right there. You see, but you see, so they right there in the man's front door, and flexing, I believe they was in there with Canada, being disrespectful and shit, and and they over there performing military operations in the man's house, and whether they believe it or not, you know what I'm saying, that they got more of a claim. And I understand that the UN is saying that they got these laws where you got international waterways, and so on and so forth. And it's a global economy. You know what I'm saying? And so, in the majority of the world, they feel like, they could benefit from being able to move through the waterways and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, who runs the global economy? You see, you talking about the Western world, you talking about United States, you talking about Europe. They the ones, really, that's what it boiled down to. You see, they want to have access to be able to go in and out of this man's back door. And matter of fact, his front door. You see, and he's no longer, at a time where he might not have been so powerful. You see, he might not have been so powerful, but now today he's a lot more powerful today. And so he's not willing to lay down like days of old. You see, and so I mean, it's in their right. It's in their right to flex. But you got to understand, when we discuss this, we talking about power. And that's where and there's levels to this shit. You see, it's levels to this shit when you get to discussing power. Power ain't got nothing to do with morality or none of that shit. You see, and that's where we say, oh, well, that's the man front door. Well, the man, you got to understand, all these motherfuckers on this planet, they're trying to assume power. You see, and if China could fucking sail up and down, the Atlantic and do the same thing that the United States is doing, they would do it. You see, within a heartbeat. You understand what I'm saying? Because they know that in essence, if they control waterways and that puts them in the position of power. You see, and so that's really what it boiled down to. And so when we think of power, you cannot think of morality. You can't think of spirituality. You can't think of none of that. Because power, you don't have to be spiritual to be in power. You see, now for African people, we want to be balanced with nature, but everybody don't want to do that. They don't have to do that. If they understand the order of power, you see, just like motherfuckers over there in North Korea. You see, them is some despot motherfuckers. They're tyrannical motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? From the grandfather down to the grandson. You see what I'm saying? Where they oppress their people to the point. You see what I'm saying? They ain't even eating over there. None of that shit. You see what I'm saying? And so, I mean, they didn't pass power down 3 goddamn generations. So you don't have to be benevolent. You don't have to be none of that to be in power. If you understand the equation of power, you can pass that shit down for 1,000 years. And if it ain't a motherfucker that's going to rise up on you and move you out of position, you will be in that goddamn position. So you got to understand this is what it's about. You see, and so where we say, well, the United States is wrong, you see what I'm saying, for being up in based on power, he know once he out of power, it ain't no getting back. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like you gonna fall and you once you go down, you out of the equation. So they're gonna fight like a motherfucker to stay on top. They, whatever they didn't, whatever element or ingredients that they have used over the last 100 years, you understand, to get them in the position that they in, that's what they're going to continue to do. You see, they don't have no other equation of getting in power or staying in power. They don't have no other equation. You see what I'm saying? Most of what they got out of this country, they got off the backs of our ancestors, you see? And so they ain't got, they don't have no other equation. That's why they was willing to, look to China and get, and allow China to be the manufacturing center for the United States, because China was over there working they goddamn people for fucking 15 cents. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, get on, they get on the, a lot of these guys that's, who got gym shoes, and they talking about, well, the people's over there, they only getting 50. It's their goddamn government that's doing that. Ain't nobody making them goddamn do the goddamn shoes. So you got 2 motherfucking tyrannical motherfuckers. You got the goddamn United States and they goddamn government, because they the ones getting the motherfucking money. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like they went over there and forced them to work for 15 cents. No, they goddamn government say, look here. Look, how much you charging for these? I tell you what, this is what we do. God damn it, because you selling them for 200, right? I tell you what, I do the motherfuckers for 30. You see what I'm saying? You sell them for 200, I give them to you for 30, and I'm gonna charge a motherfucker 15 cents to make the motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? And so that was like slavery for the white man, because really, reality is he trying to make a 100% profit. He trying to get all the motherfucking profit. You see what I'm saying? He don't want to pay nobody shit. That's how he got in the predicament he's in. You see, that's how he got in the position of power he's in. So he not trying to look to pay nobody shit. So he know most people in America, you know what I'm saying, at this point in time, got some form of skills. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a god. They got some form of skills, and so you can't really pay nobody, especially black people. You see what I'm saying? Regardless, you're not going to be able to pay black people no few fucking dollars and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you could pay some of these peoples overseas, even some of them motherfuckers cross the border. You see what I'm saying? Who willing to come over here? Nah. You see, And so, and so we're in an awkward position, because we don't even see that right there is a fucking dilemma. You see what I'm saying? The fact they continuing to let so many of these motherfuckers over the border. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers from Mexico, they ain't just from Mexico now. Them motherfuckers is coming from deep South America. They just using fucking Mexico as the entrance into the United States. So you got motherfuckers from damn near the tip of South America coming through Mexico, trying to get a fucking, and so the more of the Hispanic motherfucker that come into America, they're putting black people, you understand what I'm saying, in a critical condition, because if the white man turn around, he like I said, he got a formula. If this motherfucker willing to do this shit for whatever, and he's willing to do it, that's what they gonna do. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna go with the cheapest motherfucker that can get the job done. That's the reality of them. You understand what I'm saying? And so we're in a fucked up predicament, because yet and still we have not, tried to do for ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? We have not tried to do for ourselves. We waiting on a lot of shit that, really, it don't look like it's coming. And even if it comes, it's going to be a little too late, and it ain't going to be enough to put us in the predicament we need to be in. You see what I'm saying? It's not, in reality, we, how we treat our people, what we call street codes. That's shit, global African supremacy. We doing it on ourselves, but we don't do it on other people's. You see what I'm saying? We don't do it, a lot of the street shit is good shit if you practicing it on your enemy. The shit that we do on ourselves, if we was doing that shit on our enemy, we'd have been up out of this shit. See? Now, and I put motherfuckers on front because I say it. You see? I'm the first one, I just like any African over here, we know our peoples is owed a whole lot. We know that. You see, if the white man was gonna give us reparations, you see, goddamn well, he'll never give us what we worth. You see? And we know that, because we know that we put so much work in here. You understand what I'm saying? That really, you see, really, and like I say, we didn't fill out no application for this shit. And the lives of our people, you understand what I'm saying, don't have a price on it. You see, that's what we got to understand. We thinking about everything from an economical standpoint, but what about the lives of our ancestors? Is they misery? Does that have a price on it? You see what I'm saying? Does that have a price on it? That ain't gonna suffice for what happened to our ancestors. You see? And so the thing is, we've been waiting over fucking 300 years for what? For what? And knowing it's old, it's due us. Nobody's saying it, we know it. But if a nigga, if you loan a nigga some money, and a nigga, one of your own, and you say, nigga, when I'm gonna get my money? Oh, dog, I'm gonna take care of you Friday, my nigga. Yeah, motherfucker, it's 3 months later. You see, it's 3 months later. You know what, motherfucker, we got a saying in the street, charge it to the game. You might, if it ain't enough, where you got to whoop the nigga. You understand what I'm saying? But damn well, if a motherfucker don't pay you, you're not gonna sit up there and go on and on and on. That's petty. Because you should be, most motherfuckers, I'm bigger than that. You understand what I'm saying? If it ain't nothing, and plus, I'm not gonna loan a motherfucker nothing that gonna cripple me no goddamn way. You understand what I'm saying? If I give it to you, that mean I got it. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, I want it back, but if I give it to you, I got it. I'm not gonna give you nothing that gonna goddamn cripple me no goddamn way. You see what I'm saying? But if you know a motherfucker 3 months and he ain't gave you that money, 9 times out of 10, the motherfucker ain't gonna give it to you. You gonna charge it to the game. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna let that money you loan this nigga cripple your economic, you understand, well-being. You gonna move on. You gonna continue to get yours. You gonna get out here and get yours. And so what it is, this is where we at. You understand what I'm saying? You know why? You know, we look at black unemployment and all that shit, and they say, okay, black unemployment is so high. You know why black unemployment is so high? Because you 100%, you looking for 100% of your employment from your enemy. See, ain't no black businesses. See, that's another thing we don't look at when we look at what's going wrong in our community. And you look out there and you see everybody own your goddamn community. See, that's where the reparations should take place. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck, because if you ain't got the business, and a lot of people say, well, we gonna take care of us, and when we get this money, this, that, and the third. That's what niggas say. But what niggas do is something totally different. Some people will do that. Some people will, but it's still not gonna be enough. Most niggas, when they get a couple dollars, the motherfucker going to the mall, motherfucker gonna go get him a car, motherfucker gonna go get this. They not thinking about no businesses. You see, you got motherfuckers that got major dough that ain't even, that ain't tried to open up no goddamn business. They get a couple of, little local, they ain't doing nothing major. You know what I'm saying? Ain't 2, 3 of them motherfuckers coming together to do something major. And so, so the thing is to repair the mind. If you repair the mind, we talk about reparation, nobody ever is repairing the soul. You got all these soulless ass niggas out here that kill anybody that look like them, man, woman, and child, elderly and young. What the fuck what is money gonna do? You see, so nobody, if you repair the soul and you repair the mind, everything else is gonna be fine. Everything else will fall in place. You can give a motherfucker money, but if his soul is broken, you understand? If his mind is broken, that don't mean shit. You just empowering a sick motherfucker to do some sick shit. You understand? Or some petty shit, a petty motherfucker to do some petty shit. You see what I'm saying? Or a nothing nigga to do some nothing. That's all they gonna do. Whatever they doing before they get the money, they just gonna do it on a greater level when they goddamn get it. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't gonna expand. You see? And so this is the predicament we're in. Because again, in the sense of power, your enemy is not supposed to put you in a better predicament. And this is why I always look at it like that. So we could do, because we have the power to do for self. Yes, it's going to be yes, we behind the 8 ball. But 40 million black people could get it together. Yes, you can. If you united, you could get it together. It ain't like, because fuck you then. You're bold. You want to be bold? I tell you what, we're not working for your bitch ass. We're going to focus on our own community. We're going to run these motherfuckers out of our community that own because that's the first place. If you want to, like when they put you go to the hospital or whatever, then they check your vital signs. You see, they check your vital sign. They put the thing, and you can look up on the meter and shit, and it'll tell you how your heart rate is and all this, that. So we checking the health of the community. And the first place I look is, we look at, black ownership in the black community. Black ownership of all businesses in anybody's community is going to be well over 93, 94%. And that's low. You see what I'm saying? That's low. No other man should come outside of your community and take over your goddamn community. That's war. That's a declaration of war when another man, because what that says, because when you talk about the everyday economy of a nation, The majority of it gonna come from the businesses in your own community. We got an unemployment rate so high. Number one, we don't have black businesses. And so if you ain't got black businesses, you dependent 100% on your adversary to employ you and this, that, and the third. If we was doing, if we was in, opening up business and controlling damn near 95% of the business, number one, we have now, put in position the type of businesses where we can employ ourselves. We don't have to look to nobody else. You see what I'm saying? We don't have to look to nobody else. We can employ ourselves. And the thing is, we got to quit wanting to be laborers. We done labored over here for 400 years. You see, but there's nothing wrong with being a laborer if you're working for your people and they paying you good and you putting in good work, building up the community, building up the businesses. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You see what I'm saying? That's the position you need to be in. You see what I'm saying? But as far as, this, being in this nation and all we want to be is laborers and shit. You see what I'm saying? Labor, we don't want to engage, in business and so on. And that's where we losing. That's where we fucking losing. You see, because these motherfuckers is coming over here and, they're competing with our people. You see what I'm saying? For every little job. And the more they grow and grow and grow, you see what I'm saying? You got competition that wasn't there. You see what I'm saying? So just like the slave block, you go up there on the goddamn slave block. Who the cheapest? Who gonna work for the? And we already been over here. We ain't working for what the fuck they willing to work for. We not working for that. God damn it, you already owe us. So we worth every bit of whatever, our skills and you know what I'm saying, and our know-how. So that right there we know so much, we are so skilled that we put ourselves in a position that just, where we just gonna be, either we gonna do for self or we gonna shrivel and we gonna fucking die because he not gonna choose you over somebody, especially for, that cheap labor shit, shit that, you know what I'm saying? That's why when you go out there and you look on the roads and shit, you see some of our people depending on what cities you in. But a lot of times you don't see black people out there on them roads and shit. They go get the, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But like I say before, and I'm about to end this because the thing it is, you can't expect your adversary to put you in a better predicament so that you can outdo him, that you outgrow the position that he brought you over here for. You see what I'm saying? Whether you didn't work, whether you is old, and we say it's old to us, but we have to realize that we didn't come over here under contract. We did not come over here under contract. We came over here under a criminal act. You see what I'm saying? So, he looking like, motherfucker, I stole your ass. I didn't write no contract with you, motherfucker, to give you nothing. You see what I'm saying? I didn't write no motherfucking contract to give you nothing. That's what we got to understand. And so, if I was on the other, you had to think what you would do if you was on the other side. You see what I'm saying? And, if I was if we was in the predicament of white people and you think about, would you empower this motherfucking Cro-Magnon Neanderthal knowing, what he's already done? And you say, for instance, the chair switch, would you ever in your life empower this motherfucker after what he done already done? Hell no. So you have to, like when you play chess and you move both sides of the board, you have to think logically in the sense of power, not no morality, none of that shit. You got to talk about power. And when you understand power, and power is not, root, and there is no, you don't have to be moral, because morality is based on morals for one is immoral for the other. You see, so what's right for one motherfucker is wrong for the other. So morality is subjective. You see what I'm saying? And so today we have to understand that Marcus Garvey, do for self, Malcolm X, do for self. You understand what I'm saying? Black power is still the only legitimate option for black people. Just because you done went down the wrong road, I don't give a fuck how many years, and you know it's the wrong road, the only truthful option that you have is to turn the fuck around and go back down that and get to the beginning of the road and go down the wrong road. I mean, the right road. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. You can't keep going down the wrong road thinking somehow, it's not gonna get better. Okay, it's not going to get better. And so when we start to do for self and we understand it's about black power, it's about controlling, don't let these motherfuckers talk that crazy shit to you about humanity. Fuck y'all. You don't fuck that humanity. Every community should, the businesses in that community should be owned damn near 95 and above percent by that community. You see what I'm saying? Anything other than that is a declaration of war. And so when we start talking about reparation, we talking about repairing the mind. We talking about repairing the soul. And the first, when we talk about going, like I say, when you getting hooked up on the machines and it check your heart rate and give you, you know what I'm saying? That's the first, when you know black people is doing well and you check to see their temperature and their heart rate, they heartbeat and this, that is by looking in the goddamn community. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Until you look out there in them streets and you go up there to the main street in your community and the stores, the grocery stores, every fucking kind of store, the clothing store, the damn where they fix shoes, whatever the fuck they doing. It should be controlled black. And until you see that, we're not doing well. We are not repaired. Okay, I'm going to end this. Now, if you crash your goddamn car, you got insurance on your car, you see, if that motherfucker, if it's total, then you should get a new car. That's reparations. You see, you have, before the crash, you should have a car. You should have a good car. You should have if it's new, it should be new. Whatever predicament you was in or position you was in before you crashed that motherfucker, that's the position you should be in. You understand what I'm saying? When you get your reparation, when you get your insurance, when they say job is done, when you see and they close the case, then you should have that. So when we talk about reparation, we got to say, where was we before this heinous act happened to us? You see, over a course of hundreds of years, what position was we in? You see what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, when we get reparation, that's the mentally, spiritually, your land ownership, all of that, not just no fucking money. Everything that we had before this heinous act happened to us, that's what we should, that's the position we should be in. And they can't heal us spiritually or mentally. That's something we got to do for ourselves. You see what I'm saying? And so when we get to gauging the health of black people, that's where we gauge it at. And until then, there is no amount of money you could get, because most of these motherfuckers out here that got money, these motherfuckers is stupid. They ain't doing shit for the people. So if money alone was fucking, was going to repair a motherfucker, I mean, we could have got these motherfuckers to do something for us a long time ago. The rich black, population is filthy rich. They ain't as rich, but they got enough to get some shit popping. And they have not done shit as far as black people. And so we cannot look to just money alone. Do we want it? Hell yeah, we want it. But at the end of the day, if we don't repair the mind and we don't repair the spirit and we don't get a blueprint, a nationalistic blueprint, when that shit is gone, we is done. Ain't no other, you can't ask nobody for shit. You can't, it's over. So if you don't take that, whatever, if you get it and if you don't get it, you see, if you know what I'm saying? And I would move like we not gonna get it. You see what I'm saying? You take the best that you got and put them on it. You don't fucking, and then keep moving. Whatever predicament we in, you take the best of your people and you put them on it. And so, while they over there digging and getting it and doing and fighting and shit, and to get it, we're doing, doing for self. We're moving forward. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have all our eggs in one fucking basket. You see what I'm saying? All right, family. And so that came out of the Chinese warship. You see, but that's showing you where we at. You see, that's how that leads to that. Because ultimately, we over here sitting ducks. You understand what I'm saying? While this criminal European is over here committing heinous acts on other people, and some motherfuckers got some armaments and they ain't willing to take that shit. You see what I'm saying? And so you sitting over here, and it's like, oh, you know a motherfucker got a hit on their ass, and you walking around with them and shit, and this, that, and the third and shit. And so, you motherfucker, you can get hit too. You see, and that's the predicament we was in. And Marcus Garvey said that was the predicament we was in. And we have not done in retrospect, it was a lot of leaders that took us this way. It wasn't, if you haven't been taught, the predicaments you in, and it have been those who have taught us, but they have silenced the message and this, that, and the third, and that's a systematic attack on our people to close the mouth, because you would look at black people and say, yeah, look at look at what they doing, look at how they act. Yeah, but there's been a response. It have been great leaders that rose up. You see what I'm saying? So we don't want to act like we ain't had leaders and people that rise up and try to correct the shit that's going wrong. And when the people feel that the individual leader is powerful enough to help make that change, they take them out. So we can't act like there's not a system. So even there, we got to learn. Once we get leaders like that have that type of ingenuity to wake our people up and guide and teach them and explain to them what black power is and how to lead them, we have to protect them, because you don't get leaders like that all the time that can invigorate a people in a condition like this and empower them to want to get up and do something for themselves. So when you get the Marcus Garveys and the Malcolm X's and the Khalid Abdul Muhammad's, you have to protect them so that they can succeed and have enough time to wake the people up and put in position the institutions where we can successfully, you understand what I'm saying, pull ourselves up out of the belly of this goddamn beast. All right, family, this is the general. We got 3 more powerful ones coming up. Don't you go nowhere. I'm going to click this button and I'm coming right black at you. All right? All right, family. Black power.